How's it going, guys? Welcome back. In today's video I'm going to go through a trade that I took at the back end of last week. It was on USDCHF. It was a really A+ setup, super simple, super easy, and without further ado, let's just jump straight into today's breakdown. So first of all, as you will notice, I've got a little indicator on here just identifying what currency pair I'm on and also what time frame. So as you will notice, I am on the 4-hour chart, and this is where I start and this is where I look for my directional bias. So I don't really go above the 4-hour these days. I've found that you don't need the daily, you don't need the monthly, you don't need the weekly, because I've found what I'm looking for is I'm looking for intraday plays. I'm not looking to swing the market, and I'm looking to be in and out, sort of win like a session, maybe 2 sessions, in and out within the day, essentially. So what we can do first of all is kind of mark out where our most recent breakout structure was, and what we're seeing is obviously we was kind of in a uptrend right here, and then we got a break of structure, let's just say probably this one. We got a breakdown right here, and then since then we've had sort of sustained lower lows, lower highs, and what it's looking at now is it's looking like this could trade down to take out these lows eventually, as you could consider this sort of a weak low. If you used to watch my videos from back in the day, I'm trading slightly different now. I'm entering on the higher time frame. I've had people ask me as well why I'm only targeting 1 to 3s, and the reason for that is obviously I'm entering now on the 15-minute for the most part. I sometimes do take trades on the lower time frame, but what comes with lower time frame is smaller stop losses, and with smaller stop losses, in turn, what you can do then is target more risk to reward. And 1 to 3 is the sweet spot that I found when trading the 15-minute time frame. So with that being said, what we can do is we can mark out our most recent breakout structure, which would be this one right here. As you will notice, we've broken structure to the downside, and then what has happened is we've had sort of a break of a fractal right here. So another thing to note is I do use fractals in a way of trying to identify more prominent highs and lows. And what that kind of does is it kind of makes my strategy a lot more mechanical. I'm not looking and saying, is this a high right here? No, it's not really a prominent high for me because it's not a fractal. So what we can see right here is we've taken out this fractal low, and we've actually not closed below this low. All we've done is simply wicked below this low right here. So for me, what I was looking for then is I was looking for price to trade up. So at this point, my bias was bullish, at least up until the EQ. So if I mark on my premium and discount, it would be from this high right here all the way down to this low. So what you can notice now is we've returned to premium once, we've returned to premium twice, and I'm happy to keep trading. If we're going from premium, I'm happy to keep trading every time we hit premium back down into discount. It's something that I've tested, something that I've looked at, and for me it works really well. So with that being said, if I just mark out this, sort of ray line right here, if price then returns above this premium line, I'm happy to then look for shorts back down into discount. So that kind of was my thought process on the 4-hour chart, and that's what I was looking for on the 15-minute, is to go short. So let's drop down now onto the 15-minute chart. So I usually get to the charts around 7 AM, and then I will start trading anywhere from 7:30. And then what I was seeing once I got there, so what time is this on the chart right now? This is 5:30, so if we play price forward a little bit, what you will notice has happened is we've come up, we've taken out the previous daily high, being this New York session high right here. So we've taken out this, we've seen a little reaction, and at this point I'm not looking to get involved because this is not my session timing. This is not the time that I've tested in back testing. So what I'm simply doing now is just waiting till my session time, and what I need to do is I need to know where my buy side liquidity is that I want to be taken, which is this high right here. So if we come to my session and sort of, let's say we're trading down like this and then we come up above this high, I would then look to take that short. So that was kind of what I was looking for. This is the most recent fractal for me, and this is the most recent liquidity point that I can look to be taken and then look to take advantage of. So what we will notice is really simple stuff, is we start to trade up and towards this. We then sort of get, we start rejecting from this area right here, and then the very next candle, what happens is we do trade above this. It's sort of, a doji, a pin bar, whatever you want to call it, and this is a telltale sign that price might not want to continue. You can see it's rejecting this level right here, and all I was simply looking to do is place a sell stop below this candle and look to take this short. So what I did is I placed my order, and then I covered the high by around a couple of pips. So 1 pip, I had a 7 pip stop loss, and then I was targeting a fixed risk to reward of 1 to 3. So 1 to 3 was around this section. And then what we can do now is we can wait to be tagged into this trade. So we get tagged in on the very next candle. It looks like it was then going to come back up and take us out. But what you will see what happens is if we start playing forward, we do start coming down quite heavily. And then we start to mess around a little bit. We start to, range for, sort of 45 minutes to an hour. And then we can start then coming back down again. And then we eventually do hit take profit. So how long does this trade take? We got tagged in there and then we entered there. So around 3 hours to hit a 1 to 3 risk to reward, which for me is really, really good. 1 to 3 in the bank right there. And while we're here, what I'll do is I'll kind of show you a live trade that I'm in. So this is a trade that I'm currently in from this morning. As you can see, what we've done is we've traded above this fractal right here. We're in premium. I'm looking to take this down into discount. Is what you will notice is we started to trade down, pretty heavily, and then since then all we've done is trade between, sort of this high and this low. We've been ranging, for hours now. I entered this trade. I got tagged in on this candle, so I've been in this trade since 8:15 this morning. It's currently coming up to 4:45. So what I'm looking at is hopefully this comes down and hits take profit. If not, it will just come up, take me out for break even, which any of those scenarios I'm happy with. If we hit take profit, that's 3% gain. If we hit break even, I'm not too fussed about that. We did come back up towards break even, and you could have probably got a second entry there. But for me, I was already in this trade right here, so I'm just happy to see how this plays out. So that's kind of, a little insight into a trade that I'm currently in. If you have any questions, as always, guys, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. If you want more breakdowns and things like that, or if you have any suggestions for videos, feel free to also leave them in the comments down below. And without further ado, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.